Hey, what's going on, my fellow Rambling family? Hey, it's your boy Rambling TV, and I'm back at it with the topic of boxing. Check this out. So, rumor has it that Terrence Crawford, obviously, he would love the winner between Spence and Ugas, but as of right now, nobody knows for sure if he will get that type of matchup afterwards, especially with all the rumors of the he say, she say, with the percentages of the purse. And when I mean purse, I'm talking about like rumor has it, Spence one time was like, it's not going to be 50-50. Crawford wants 50-50. Spence said like 40-60. Crawford said no. Then he was like, oh, I'll drop it down to 70-30, so on and so forth. But, supposedly Errol Spence cleared that up, and he said, listen, it's not about none of that. It's like, he basically trying to get through Ugas, and then they'll negotiate from there, But he does want that fight. But if that fight doesn't happen, Crawford has said he would love the fight between Jermell Charlo and Bryan Castano. Now, not for nothing, that fight right there, to fight Crawford, I think that's really good. Either one of them will be a really good fight. But talking about Charlo and Bryan Castano, or Castano, whatever, Charlo right now is in a pickle, right? So basically, he's looking at Castano like enough with the injuries, and he feels like Castano's lying. Basically, long story short, Charlo feels like Castano's lying. He just wants him to prove what the doctor reports, and basically take the VADA testing, but anybody else would feel the same way, Like if you feel your partner's lying for whatever reason, you will want him to show proof, hey, show proof of the doctor's report, let me know that you're really injured. Even though the fight got postponed and it's gonna happen, it's just been pushed back, so they're gonna come up with a future date. So the fight is not canceled, which is really good because I really want to see this fight. I feel like this fight right here, the first fight that they had was really interesting. A lot of people said Castano beat Charlo. Some people said that Charlo barely beat him. Some people think it was a draw. I mean, hey, hit me up in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think on that. But as for me, listen, the rematch, there's a rematch for a reason. It's too much talk on this topic. So, Jermell Charlo's just basically saying that he doesn't believe Castano's injured. He wants to see the proof. And it's a iffy situation because we know that Bryan Castano, right, back in 2019, he got stripped for his WBA regular super welterweight title. The WBA regular, not the super, the regular super welterweight title. Remember that, my peoples. And he was supposed to fight against Michel Soro for the second time because he beat him the first time for that belt. Now, he was supposed to give him the rematch. Unfortunately, there were some situations there. Things got complicated over a purse bid. But a lot of people were saying that Bryan Castano wasn't really mad at the purse bid. He was just trying to figure his way out, supposedly to duck the VADA test. That's correct, my people, to duck the VADA test. And I remember a lot of people were talking about it, that they were just saying, oh, but if they didn't mention the VADA test, then he would have just definitely given him the rematch. But now that there's a VADA test involved, Bryan Castano is trying to wiggle his way and, out of that situation. So the way I see things is like people are starting to talk about it right now. It's like a reminder of what happened in 2019. And now the rematch between Charlo and Castano, it feels like Castano is trying to wiggle his way out of it. Why? Because once again, here we go. The VADA testing has came back to fruition. It came back to light and say, hey, I'm here, sign the documents and we'll start the testing on you. So on top of that, all I can say is this. Nobody really knows for sure. If he doesn't pull out the doctor reports, then obviously we know that it has to be the VADA testing. He's ducking, which means that obviously it means that he's not clean or he must not be doing something that's legal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that fight needs to happen. It should happen. There's too much talks about it. So, let's see what happens. Hey, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is Bryan Castano ducking Charlo? Is he ducking the VADA testing, or is he really injured without providing no doctor documentation at all. You know, you have nobody, nothing. No type of doctor came on and say, oh, well, this is such and such is a problem with the injuries. As we know that when Errol Spence had injuries, the doctors came out, they confirmed it. There's been documents, you know what I'm saying? It's been proof in the pudding. You know, that's all I'm saying. But Jermall Charlo is really upset. You know what I'm saying? So he's really upset. Like, he just really wants to get this over with. He wants Castano. Obviously, the way he's talking, the way he's doing things is that he's heated. He's heated to the point to where, like, I know this is not going to go in the judge's hands, you know? So at the end of the day, he just wants that fight. He's not satisfied with that draw that they both had, you know? Oh, yeah. So another thing, talking about these VADA testings, we got Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez already signed, already ready to go. Hey, all I'm saying is that, you know, Shakur Stevenson wants Oscar Valdez to take the VADA testing as well. You know, he wants to make sure that he's clean. You know, nowadays it's like, you know, when you fighting a fighter that has failed a drug test before or has wiggled his way out from one, it brings you a lot of suspicion. It makes you real iffy about moving forward, especially if you clean and you making sure that you right. So you want to make sure you on even playing field, which is basically anybody in the right state of mind will feel the same way. They want to be in the same playing field. Like, listen, what's fair is fair. That's it. You're not going to get over me. You're not going to cheat me. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do the supposedly, you know, if you can't beat me, cheat me. That's according to Bryan Castano. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't beat him, then you cheat him. You know, I don't know why Bryan Castano decided to say that a few times before, but that's sad. You know, that sticks with your resume. That goes with you wherever you go. So anyway, my people, like I'm saying, Shakur Stevenson is basically saying that he wants to make sure, hey, Oscar Valdez, make sure your coffee is clean. We don't want the tea situation to happen again. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that with the PEDs or any type of steroids that people are doing, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Everybody's doing VADA testing, which I feel like VADA testing is the best thing for all the boxers right now. I feel like VADA testing should be number one. It should be automatically inclined to everybody's contract that you have to be clean 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And make sure, you know, anything that you're doing, make sure you do it cleanly. You know what I'm saying? So we got this thing from Victor Conte that, you know, has worked with VADA and has worked with a lot of testings, you know, in the laboratories and stuff like that. So what he's basically saying, based on his experience, is people fail to realize that the speed and the power gains that you gain from the PEDs could carry over for many months. You know what I'm saying? So basically what he's saying is that if you start testing, you know, if you start testing on a known date, so basically if you know the date that you're testing on, right, you know more or less, all right, cool, I can use X, Y, and Z that I'm doing right now for 2 months, but then it takes a week to get out the system, so I'm gonna give it 2 extra weeks to get it out the system, so it's untraceable. But according to Victor Conte, it's basically saying, like, even if the fighter does it for 6 months and gets off to be clean for 8 weeks, unfortunately your body will still be clean. You will pass the test, but unfortunately it kind of still counts as cheating, because all the benefits that you're gaining is gonna benefit you for fight night. It's still gonna carry on all the way to fight night. So to me, is it cheating? Hell yeah, that's cheating. Why? Because you used it, but you got off of it to pass the exam, but yet all the benefits is still gonna stick with you for fight night, which means the other dude is 100% clean, but you got all this extra, you know what I'm saying, extra stuff that's going on with you. Nah, to me that's cheating. Yo, hit that comment section, let me know what you guys think. Is that cheating or is that not cheating? Because you might be off for like the next 8 weeks, you might be clean, but yet all the benefits is still with you. So is that cheating or is that not cheating? To me and my knowledge, that's cheating. You know, it is what it is. I don't condone none of that. I condone nice and clean fights, you know, just like the old timers. Even though in the old timers a lot of people use steroids, but hey, if you use steroids, I use steroids, I see it as an even playing field. I just don't want nobody to be at a disadvantage. All right, cool. Next and foremost, we got Canelo Alvarez declining. He's declining this $100 million 2-fight deal from Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez. Now, listen, my people. I know everybody's thinking. I know everybody's talking about this shit. But all I'm saying is that Canelo Alvarez has not made anything concrete. You know, he has declined this offer, but it's still not concrete. Just because he says, nah, I don't want to do it. Next thing you know, he might come back to it because the option is still there. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't made an official announcement say, oh yeah, this and this is what I'm doing. People are talking for him, but nobody really knows what's going on. So at the end of the day, I feel like, you know what, Canelo Alvarez, you could switch it up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for you to fight David Benavidez, I don't know. I don't understand why people are trying to push that narrative fight. That fight to me is a no-go. It's garbage. I feel like Canelo's gonna, you know, teach this little boy a lesson. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he's very young. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, you're very inexperienced. Third of all, it's like you haven't fought not a huge name to make a huge impact. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like the same way like how Canelo was being brought up to Floyd Mayweather, and when Floyd Mayweather got in there, he taught that boy a lesson. He schooled him, you know what I'm saying? He was bobbing and weaving and twiddling around him, and Canelo looked real frustrated. Like, you know, even Canelo himself said it. He's too fast, he's too experienced, you know what I'm saying? So it was a no-brainer. Obviously, you know, you guys brought this kid up out of nowhere, and next thing you know, he pounces him out, and then now the rumors stop, and everybody's like, oh, well, you know, that's what Floyd's supposed to do. That's exactly what's going to happen with Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is going to outbox him. He's going to outdo him by a lot. Counter-punching, weaving, footwork, waist movement, head movement, the counter skills, the power punches, the uppercuts. Listen, all I'm saying is this. By the time Canelo beats David Benavidez, everybody's going to say, hey, David Benavidez was inexperienced. Hey, he didn't fight nobody. Hey, at least he tried. Hey, you know what? This is what Canelo's supposed to do. This is the difference between a great fighter and a decent, good, upcoming fighter. You know, he's upcoming. He's not ready yet. You know, he's still a little raw. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to watch none of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be like, I told you so. So, all I'm saying, my people, is that Canelo also declined Jamal Charlo. I feel like, you know what? You could fight. Listen, if you want to do the legacy fights, because you got Dimitri Bivol and Triple G3, listen, you could take those offers and try to mix and match them and make the legacy and get paid. Check this out, Canelo Alvarez. All I'm saying, my Canelo Alvarez fans, is listen, check me out, hear me out. Wouldn't it make sense, since Canelo Alvarez is saying that basically he wants to do legacy, basically he wants to be the first Mexican to do this, to do that. He wants you to be pound for pound. You could do that. You could fight Bivol right now in May. Get that belt. If you win, get that belt, because that's going to be a tough fight. I'm not going to say he's going to run through Bivol. I'm not going to do that. If you manage to proceed and get the victory from Bivol, all I'm saying is that you could fight Jamal Charlo in September. Now, not only are you getting belts, but now you just got a belt in another division. Now you're going to get another belt if you beat Jamal Charlo too, because I'm not going to say that's an easy fight. But I'm just saying, it'll make legacy and it'll make you money. And on top of that, nobody can say that because you're fighting champions. You're not fighting a David Benavidez, who's not a champion, who doesn't benefit you at all. At all. You're not fighting a Triple G, a 40-year-old Triple G, an old man who's not the same, who's obviously been slowing down in his fights, who doesn't really have anything to offer you. Any belts that he has, it doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't mean nothing. Especially that he got to move up to you. You know, he got to move up. Come on, man. He ain't. Listen, I just say it like this. If you could get Bivol and Jamal Charlo this year, you the man, bro. If you could get through both of them this year, nobody can say nothing to you. All right, cool. Now check this out, my peoples. At the end of the day, what we got? Listen, we got the whole back and forth talking about the Triple G. We got the whole back and forth between Andre Ward and Triple G. So, check this out. Andre Ward, we all know he's retired, right? Everybody knows he's a retired boxer. Everybody knows that he was good. He was phenomenal. Andre Ward got it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. He has a very tight defense. He's very, slick with it. Like, he knows how to box. He knows how to brawl. He knows how to place his shots. He's very, very technical. He's very good at boxing. But now, all I'm saying, my people, is that at the end of the day, You got Andre Ward and Triple G going back and forth. They're having a war on social media, because Andre Ward is considered retired, so he can't go to war in the ring. But now I hear that he's supposedly planning on coming back. I'm not too sure. But with all this back and forth, Andre Ward is just basically saying that Triple G, he did send the offer to Triple G, and Triple G turned it down within like 5 minutes. And then Triple G is saying, on the other hand, hey, stop lying to your fans. We made the offer. The moment that I sent the offer and we made it, you didn't decide to it. Basically, what he's saying is that you didn't accept it until after I announced the fight with Limix, or Limiax, excuse me. But once he made that fight with him, that's when all of a sudden, Andre Ward came out and said, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You turned down my offer, like, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it could have been a timing issue right there, my people, at the end of the day. It could have been a timing issue. It could have just been, Triple G gave him some time. Hey, either accept this offer or not. And by the time Andre Ward got the word out there that he was willing to accept it and get the fight on, that's when Triple G said, you know what, this guy's playing games, he's not being serious. Let me announce this fight, sign the contract, and it's already too late. You can't go back after that. You know what I'm saying? But what Triple G is also saying is that Andre Ward is sour. He's angry. He's angry because that he never sold tickets like Triple G. And according to Triple G, he said that HBO knew that you used that offer for a publicity stunt. Basically, you just did it to get publicized, to get big, and just have my name in your mouth and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, a lot of boxers are doing that. Ryan Garcia is definitely one of those boxers that likes to use other people's name for publicity, just to get everybody to go to him, blah, blah, blah. And then he'd be like, oh, yeah, nah, I'm fighting this person. You know what I'm saying? Look what he did before. He said he was going to fight Tank Davis, all this other nonsense. Oh, no, I got something bigger. He's going to fight Manny Pacquiao. And then all the publicity went to Ryan Garcia. Next, he was over there fighting, fighting somebody, the dude that knocked him down. And, I'm saying? That wasn't a big fight, man. That's not crazy. All I'm saying, my people, is that that's what's the back and forth. And then Andre respond like, come on, stop it, that he got the receipt, so stop playing, to Triple G. And Triple G also when he said about the publicity stunt, he said happy birthday. So Triple G, everybody knows he doesn't mean things with bad intentions. He says things, but he says things respectfully. He doesn't get disrespectful with it. So shout out to Triple G on that one. But yeah, Andre Ward, supposedly you got the receipts and stuff. Listen, if you really got the receipts, all I'm saying is pull out the receipts. You know what I'm saying? If those are old contracts and those don't expire, I mean, listen, if you're not gonna get sued for what you're doing, my brother, pull that out. Let's see the receipts. The fans want to see what's what. I believe in the black and white is right. On that paper, that's what it is. Paper's not gonna lie. Now, then all of a sudden, Triple G responded with his English is getting better, but Andre Ward's memory is getting worse. Hey, man. I'm not gonna lie on that one, man. Listen, he got some facts as to his English has gotten better. He does speak more English now, but I don't know about the memory getting worse. I really don't know. But listen, my people, all I'm saying is that it's too funny, this whole back and forth. What would you guys think? Do you guys really think that Andre Ward should come out of retirement and really go head to head with Triple G? Or do you think there's somebody else that he should go head to head with? Because with this whole back and forth, it seemed like, the rumors have it that he's going to come out of retirement and fight Triple G. I don't know, but that's what rumors are saying. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. All right, cool. Last but not least, so if you don't know Frank Warren is, basically he's like a promoter, and, they basically... he has won a purse bid for the fight between Demetrius Andrade versus Zach Parker. Now, if you don't know who Zach Parker is the WBO interim super middleweight champion, which basically he's not the WBO champion. He's not the WBO super middleweight champion. The WBO super middleweight champion belt belongs to Canelo Alvarez. Now he's the interim. The interim basically means that he has the belt, and basically that's a short term for like mandatory. He's the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez to go against so Canelo Alvarez will defend the belt. Now I said this before in my previous videos, if Demetrius Andrade wants to move up, because he's regular middleweight, but this is for super middleweight, because Zach Parker super middleweight, Canelo right now is only gonna fight at super middleweight. I don't think he's dropping that low to middleweight, but Demetrius Andrade can go up to fight Zach Parker. I said this before, for the interim belt, and be the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez. Now all I'm saying is that you know, this is a good look for Demetrius Andrade. I mean, this is a chance that I'm hoping that they didn't give him the option before as to like, hey, you got to vacate your belt to move up to fight for this belt and whatever. I hope he could be the pound for pound and hold belts on 2 divisions. That way we can see more of Demetrius Andrade fighting. That way, hey, after you fight Zach Parker, if Canelo Alvarez is busy, hey, maybe you could defend that little interim belt against somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like a David Benavidez, you know what I'm saying? Defending against David Benavidez and see what's up. You know, test the waters. You know, it's a new division. You got to make your name out there. You already made your name in the middleweight division. Now in your super middleweight, yo, make your name. If not, go back to middleweight, defend your other belt. You know what I'm saying? Go back and forth. Be pound for pound. Hold in 2 divisions. You could do that. But that's all my thoughts for today, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody. You know, everybody, please hit that subscribe button. I want this family to grow. Hit that like on the video. Definitely share it to everybody you deem fit. And listen, it's your boy Ramblin' TV. Once again, hit that subscribe, hit that like, and I'm out. Much love.